Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the DeVoid year-end or year final tournament thingy. I believe that's 2025, but we are playing it at 18th of January 2026, and we have come to the grand finals, the best of 5 between these two guys, and you are looking at the main base of LvLOneSlime, the purple Protoss player here on the bottom right corner, and he is facing Draco, the orange Zerg player here on the left upper corner. We know these are the best of the best players, at least I think they are the best of the best players. Maybe it's arguable, I understand that. Obviously, Undertaker is somewhere up there and everyone else is somewhere else there, but these are the best of the best because of the tournament finals, right? And yeah, they played semi-finals in upper bracket. I didn't cast those, so this is the first time I'm actually casting Draco game, so it's cool. It's cool for me, and hopefully it's gonna be cool for you. So as per usual, all of the games which are casted here on the Twitch live on the Sunday whenever the tournament takes place are going to be cut in the sausages and end up on YouTubes. So hi YouTubes. I hope you are enjoying the games, enjoying the matches, enjoying the matchups, and yeah, leave a like there, or if you want to participate in them, then obviously follow in the Twitch or jump onto the Discord and yeah, join in the party whenever it's taking place. Everyone is free to do that. I was playing in the tournament too, and was fun. Did get my ass whooped, but it was fun. Okay, nevertheless, we are having ZVP finals. We have seen this matchup before as of ZVP matchup, but not specifically these people, except we just pretty much followed the LvLOneSlime throughout the lower bracket where he played his best of 3 against Undertaker, and his opening was indeed the same, so he was going for Gateway into Cybercore. There is Pylon upstairs and going into Tech Building Stargate, and he is going probably for Void Rays or maybe for Oracles. Who knows? That was something different last time. Anyways, first Adept is going out, the second one is being chrono boosted, and they are moving towards to scout out what's happening over here. Draco is taking the second base, the natural, as his third, and the Adept is arriving. There are only 3 lings here actually defending, so it's actually 1 drone down and might be 2. Nope, the second one was saved. The Adept did successfully shade out to the natural, or to the third base, because this is gonna be the third base, and the Adept number 2 is joining in the party. And there is a Void Ray being built, the Observer, no, but the and so it hasn't gone. But the Observer of Draco has found out the scouted out the Void Ray being built, and the Void Ray is pretty much being queued directly onto him. The speed has finished, the Adepts have shaded successfully out, and many lings pretty much are running after them. That's like 8 lings, no? That's 7-8 lings. I'm going to bed to keep me updated with how it goes in these after. Okay, will they have a good sleep, have a well rest. No, the Protoss player successfully blocks the lings from entering the natural with the shield battery, but the lings surround the Adept number 1, and they are going for Adept number 2. The lings have been microed. The shield battery just finished and pretty much saved the Adept here from his death, just barely in time. It's 2 HP on the Adept, and the Void Ray also arrived, so that was clutch battery finishing, saving the Adept, and the Void Ray is already in the action. Well, Draco is going for Roach Warren into Evolution Chamber, and he's going for the lair. I believe that response might be really similar to my response to this kind of situation, to go for roaches, just to get like safety roaches, like 6 to 8 safety roaches, and have Hydra then and build Hydras behind. the prismatic alignment is engaged, Overlord goes down, and Void Ray goes away. Actually, the question is, yeah, it's like 2 Overlords being killed, and I believe one of Zerglings, another Overlord, is in trouble, and it's going to go down. There is a Void Ray number 2 joining in the action, and there's 5 more Overlords being made from the Zerg player here. The Queens are ready to react to them, to the movements, and spread some creep. Well, meanwhile, the Protoss is saturating his third base. He's going for +1 air, and actually he has double Stargates, from which he's pumping out double Void Rays, and Draco scouts that exactly the way it is. And there's actually Robo Bay, but it's +1 air weapons, so that's air toss being built. Draco goes for Overlord speed, goes for +1, he goes for Roach speed, but no Hydra then in the vision, although it was scouted that there was 2 Stargates being building something, and Lings might have actually seen also the DP searching of something in the Cybernetics core. Still no lair, still no Hydra then being built, and that is suspicious, and it's threatening. The Queens alone will not be able to handle the Void Rays if they jump in onto the lair, and they are here. They are starting to work onto the Queen, defending the lair, and they are killing off Overlords. That's 3 Overlords going down. The Queen train is arriving over here. All the Brenda, Margaret, and everyone else is joining in the fray. Meanwhile, on the back of it, actually Protoss player is going for Robo Bay, and actually also Robo Facility and Robo Bay, which means that he's gonna go for Void Ray Colossus, which is, well, I love to counter it with a bunch of Mutas. Well, the Queens actually have been picked up. It's a German taxi over here. They are having a special delivery right to the front line, but they might meet the Void Ray somewhere away. They are walking each other next to each other. The Void Rays find the Queens. Only 2 of them were saved. There is no creep, so no heals. It's only 2 Queens. It's Lings and Roaches here, and they are trying to get into the natural. It was a chance to go inside there. The Hydra then is being built behind it. There is +2 weapons, ranged weapons started, and the production buildings have been disabled here into the natural. All the units dive onto the natural probes and also goes for the main probes. Well, the Lings scout pretty much that there is a couple more Void Rays being built, so it's very big mass of Void Rays, and there's actually Colossi. So this is where Hydras are going to be shut down. There is no shot that Hydra Roach actually will be able to beat this. At least according to my experience, that's not a possibility. And once the Protoss player gets to like 4 Colossi, couple of Void Rays, and God's sake an Archon under it, that's it. The game is pretty much over. At least that's in my experience. Zerg has nothing to break it unless you manage to transition to huge amount of Mutas, because then you can kind of surround it with Mutas and just kill all the units. The Void Rays will not be able to get rid of that. Let's see what is the reaction from Mr. Draco over here. Well, he's going for Infestation Pit. It might mean that he might be trying to go for Lurker then, but we'll see how it goes. The army supply is in favor of him right now, but as we know, the army units of Zerg are much weaker than the Protoss, and there's actually a couple of Immortals being thrown into the mix. So yeah, I would still say transition to Mutas probably is the best call that you have. If you can push out like 20, 30, maybe more than that Mutas with +1, suddenly then this army will not be able to do anything. Or if you can get to Hive and can get to the Viper and drop a Toxic Cloud on them, then we are talking. Toxic Cloud could be another awesome thing to have. The question is, will there be Hive? Well, the Hive can be actually researched, and there indeed is a Lurker then being made right now from the Zerg player. There is much more army being made here from the Zerg also. some spore crawlers for defensive, little bit of forestation. There's actually fourth base being built right now for the Protoss player, so he's getting even more forward economically, which means that the Zerg player needs definitely to have the fifth base made and being saturated to keep up the tabs. There's fleet beacon, there's armor, and there is the mama ship started. Where it is? It's over here. Yep, that's mama ship started over here for the Protoss. +2 melee weapons, or the ground unit weapons in this case, and some lurkers are joining the fray here for the Zerg. So this is going to be interesting clash. Both sides are pretty much maxed out right now. Yep, the roaches are being sent pretty much to do nothing, I think. Oh, they're doing some economical damage, and looks like the chargelots does not have easy time to dealing with them, so that's pretty good placement of them. That's 7 probes down, the 5th base is being dropped. Still there is this big annoying ball, and it's waiting for mothership, I think, to move out. And the armor has been done, and there is 2 carriers on behind it. Couple, like 4 more gateways and Templar archives are going to be built to open up all the accesses to possible tech-ups. Well, 2 Vipers are on the way, which is the only unit that could actually save if the clash happened right now. That could actually save the Zerg player here if all of the units were clumped together. Protoss decides to kill the rocks, and there is another roach run by, going to move forward to free up supply for more intensive units. There's actually double spire made behind, and there is +1 melee, and the Vipers being charged with an energy. So the game has been quite passive, I would say, but yeah, I know that Draco himself loves the passive games, or he loves the lengthy ones. And there is a lot of Vipers over here. I don't think that they will be managed to deal with the Colossi, but yeah, sure. There comes the Toxic Clouds and the Fungal, and that's actually eating away a lot of Void Rays over here. And yeah, pretty much almost got also the Colossi, so it's only 3 Colossi, couple of Void Rays, 2 carriers, and mama ship left from that trade, which was pretty much Protoss going into the big wall of lurkers, which actually isn't that scary for air units, but the only thing that took down the air units was the 3 chain fungals and 1 toxic cloud, which is awesome. Then again, there is a charge lot run by, which is coming here onto the 5th base of the Zerg player, and it takes down the 5th base. For some reason, the defensive units were the Roach and Hydra Ball sent, although there is like extra lurkers which could be sent to protect, like I believe like 3-4 lurkers, and that will be fine for Zerg in this situation. Anyways, Protoss is rebuilding his army. He's making 2 more Colossi, 2 more carriers, going for +2 air, +2 shields, and making an Archon into the ball, which might mean that he's getting ready for possible air response from the Zerg player, which actually is the happening. There is the lunge upgrade for the Hydras, which is little steam pack for the Hydras. There's +1 weapons for the air units, for the Corruptors. There is fully loaded Viper and Corruptors ready to deal with the army. And now we are talking about 6 or 7 carriers. That's 7 carriers. Is there a third? Yeah, there is a 3 Stargates, and they're making 3 more carriers. So that's gonna be big Airtos army here that Zerg will have to deal with. Sorry, I will take a drink. This is a trade that I really want to see how it's gonna end up for the Zerg in this situation, because most of his army supply pretty much is in ground units. He's going for +3 range for the lurkers. Lurkers does not shoot up, so I would say they are kind of useless in this situation, unless you can use them to do a run-by harassment, like from multiple sides, maybe Nidus Swarms or something like that. But this ball is pretty much pure air toss, and it's scary. You need lurkers, and you need lurkers. Oh, there is a yoink from the lurker. You need lurkers for the toxic clouds. There's actually spore forest and some lurkers. The lurkers are tanking, and spore forest is doing some damage. But you need Viper damage here, like Toxic Cloud after Toxic Cloud, and dive on top of these units. And then they could be doing a trade. Draco is like baiting out more stuff. He's going for +2 attacks and +1 armor, and there is the little Spore Forest which is left, and more Corruptors in his army. This was bad keys which I pressed. Anyways, the trades so far have been equal. I would say it's actually more gas from the Protoss player. Here comes the Lurker trade, taking down the possible 5th expansion here from the Protoss, not allowing him to expand, while Zerg himself, has like a couple of Lurkers, Roaches, Ravager here for defense. There is actually an Nidus Swarm being built, it's good. And there is +3 air weapons and actually +2 shields being researched for the Air Toss army, and the Tempests are arriving into the company, and it's double Niduses here. The Corruptors are diving the army. I would not say that was the smartest idea. You really need... he really needs those Vipers. He needs those Vipers to actually be able to do any damage, because now I don't think he is actually doing any damage. He just lost a couple of overseers there. He's kind of baiting the interceptors to go into the Spore Forest here, and he's individually targeting down the carriers, but the units lost for Protoss is actually not as big as it is for Zerg. So yeah, the trades I don't think are efficient here. Yeah, definitely it's going in Protoss favor slowly but surely. So the lurkers are being replanted, so no ground units will be coming close to that. The couple of corruptors are going to attack it, but yeah, all the ground units are pretty much getting destroyed by the huge amount of lurkers. The corruptors dive the carriers here on the top. It's actually 2 carriers going down. More are targeted. The queens are doing some work on behind, and that's most of the carriers have gone down pretty much. There are some links for some reason, but that's a 3rd base just going down. There is no more spores over here, and yeah, drone is revealing the 4th base possibility here for the Protoss player. The mothership is going to join the party again. I believe the previous one was lost in the Toxic Cloud trade, or the focused by the Corruptors. The Corruptors finished +2 attacks, but nothing more, and this little Spore Forest defensive position was taken down. Hydras used their lunge ability, and the units are being focused individually right now. I think all of the carriers will go down in this situation, which is unexpected for me. There's only Tempests left, so what will be the transition for the Protoss? Well, he will not transition, he will just build more carriers, more Tempests, mothership, get +2 or +3 armors, Archons under it, and more stuffs. Well, he has expanded, definitely has the 5th base being built right now. No, that's the 6th actually, sorry, my bad. And the Zerg actually needs his own 6th base as soon as possible. Was this actually cleared by run-by? Maybe. I didn't spot that, maybe. maybe missed that. But yep, Zerg has run out of resources. There are no more resources for him. And yeah, the army of Protoss is again full power, close to maxed out, and going for his fifth base. Well, they are trading right now. This is the the fifth base of Protoss for the fifth base of the Zerg. Drones are saved from this position. That's good. I don't think the probes were saved from this position, but I don't think that the Zerg actually has any units to actually build to be able to protect against this attack, which is going to come eventually to it. Forward here. The army supply definitely is in favor of Protoss. There is a Spore Forest, which is good. There is a couple of Corruptors. Let's see. Yeah, the Corruptors are waiting until the Lurkers are getting rid of the Archons. The Fungal has been thrown. Yep, the Corruptors do not want to fly into the range of Archons because Archons do AoE anti-air damage, and Draco is avoiding it, but unfortunately it looks like that might be it. There was a Nida Swarm somewhere exploding, I guess here, but it's quite a painful situation here for the Draco, and level 1 slime takes game number 1, and we go to game number 2. Alrighty then, I believe this is how things should be looking like, and welcome back to the grand finals of the Void year-end tournament. This is a game number 2 between these two guys, and you're looking at the main base of the Void Draco, who is playing Zerg in all orange colors here on the top right corner, and he is facing his nemesis, his rematch, his sparring partner, LvLOneSlime. LvLOneSlime in the purple colors here in the bottom left corner. He's also known as Mose for some people who are wondering, but Draco is just Draco. Anyways, yep, the previous game was quite interesting for me, but then again very painful because, well, you know, Zerg bias is a Zerg bias. Anyways, Protoss player has opened with a pylon into gateway, gone for scout order to block the natural, which is obviously too late because Draco did open the hash first, goes for the gas and spawning pool. The question is, will we see something that Undertaker did, for example, a little link flood that could actually be hitting the slime painfully? Do not know, we'll see. That's for us to see in the future. Anyways, natural nexus for the Protoss player, cybernetics core, second pylon and gas probably is going to happen here. Meanwhile, on the other side, yeah, everything is as per usual. There is the pylon, and then we will see what will be the tech of choice this time for LvLOneSlime. Well, so far, every time I think he has gone Stargate, no exceptions, and then it's getting late. Let's see some cheeses so I can go to sleep. I would love to go to sleep. Yes, that's true. I have only 5 hours left until I have to wake up, and then it's few more hours and stream time. Another 6 hours of mumbling live, but that's what I'm doing. That's my life. Anyways, couple of links. Defending the possible third base. There comes the third base from the Zerg player, and the tech of choice is Stargate. Nothing unusual. The warp gate being built, and the adept is this adept number 2 coming out. There's adept number 1 meeting the Brenda, the queen, number 2. Oh, that's Margaret, sorry. And yeah, taking no hull damage, just getting his shields depleted, and waiting for his partner in crime coming from the other side of the map. Oh, this probe is going for the third, and the unit from the Stargate is actually Oracle. That's change of plans a little bit. Speed is actually finishing on links. Excuse me. And links are going for probably denying the third, but if they will be expected with adepts, it could be quite painful. Gateway number 2 is being thrown. Yep, there are the links. The Oracle catches them with the brink of the corner of the eye, and yep, the bear tried to deny the third or delay the third has been unsuccessful. There's a lot more droning happening here from the Zerg player. He's going for lair already. And here's links meeting the Oracle going in the opposite directions. Well, there are still 2 adepts protecting this third base, so it will be delayed. The delay could be quite a hard one. There were no spores ready for the Oracle coming over the map, so that's that Oracle successfully got like 5 drones. Not really 5, it was 3, I think. Maybe 4. 3-4 drones, yeah, but now there are spores in every base. Lynx tried to do some poking, but there is 4 adepts. No, it's 2 oracles, and we know that if it's followed by charge, then it's going to be archons into charge lots and oracles, so that's gonna be a push. Now the question is, how will Draco react to it? Well, he's researching in Evo chamber +1 ranged. He has the Roach Warren, which is pretty damn good. He managed to save, I believe. He lost 1 drone, no? Yeah, it was 1 or 2 drones lost, but there is the Spore, and the Queens did the protection pretty good. There is a couple of adepts coming. Actually, that's 6 adepts. That's quite a bit of force. Draco does not have any defense range. Sorry, I got in darkness. That happens whenever the light runs out. I will reset it right after the break, which is after this game, so now we are going to sit in the darkness. Anyways, there are links, and 6 adepts is committing to the third base here, and that's gonna be a lot of drones going down. There is no reaction here from the Zerg player right now. Yep, finally the drones were saved. I think we lost quite a bit of drones here. That's like 9 drones altogether. There is Hydra then. There is Roach Warren. There is the 4th base. The links catch out the adepts. And only 1 adept was taken down, and there is a couple of roaches left around. So I think that was really bad trades here for Draco for sure. Yeah, that's like 15 drones, 16 Zerglings. For some reason he hates these rocks, although I don't think they disturb anything, but I guess that could be fast transition from one to another base, from 3rd to 4th, could be saved by it. Anyways, there's a lot of Hydras joining in the party. There's 7 Hydras, which is, I guess, what is the most of the units which are going to be built. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we have Immortals being built. There's Templar Archives being built, so it's gonna be Archon, Chargelot, Immortal, and I don't think that's actually... Well, the Hydras are pretty good against it, but you need to mix up roaches, some roaches in there too, if I am right. So we will see how the things are going to go for these guys. Some droning happening for the 4th base. The roaches find their zealots of the Protoss player, which are charging on them. That's pretty much revealing the tech which is coming for it. There's 4 Archons, 2 Immortals, bunch of Chargelots, and 2 Oracles. They are eating away the roaches defending. Now the army supply technically is in favor of Draco, but that's a Zerglings, that's Ling Hydra, it's not Roach Hydra. So it's pretty much going to be eaten by Chargelots themselves. There is only +1 ranged upgrade for the Zerg player here. There is not even Hydra speed done yet. Behind that, Protoss player is going for Fleet Beacon and going for +1 air weapons, which means that he will try to transition to air. And Draco is building Lurker then, so he could get Lurkers for defense against this kind of composition. The Lynx will try to... yeah, Lynx successfully actually managed to enable the stasis traps. That was really good micro or super big luck. I don't know, I can't explain. But Draco from that got the War Prism, so no more resupplying units for the Protoss player here. Meanwhile, he's actually building the 5th base. There is a charge lot run by in the natural. That means that there is many drones could be going down for this from this base also. Yeah, the resupplying army is sent from home here for the Protoss player. He's actually starting to build mothership, and he's going for the 4th base once again. This time Hydras are being morphed into lurkers, so, and the time when the Protoss player did jump the army was when the morph actually happened. I don't think, yeah, they have been revealed, but I don't think it's gonna be successfully a GG skull. LvLOneSlime games takes game number 2, and we are jumping into game number 3, which could be actually ace match. It could be a win for Slime. Could be wipe. Jesus. Alrighty then. Welcome back to the game number 3 in this best of 5 in the grand finals of the DeVoid year-end tournament, and we are watching, and we will be witnessing if this Protoss player in the purple colors on the right top corner, LvLOneSlime, will be able to wipe out Zerg player in the orange colors in the bottom left corner named Draco in these finals, because so far it has been reverse sweep. So Draco went, I believe, in upper bracket in their previous matchup for 2-0. That was best of 3, and so far it's 2-0 for the Protoss. So we have the tables have turned, and the Protoss is actually winning the Zerg. Not the first time we see that in the latest days, so probably if people watched, then it was probably last week, and it was the Chinese invitational where Hero took down Raynor, I believe, in the finals. And yeah, me as a Zerg player, I'm obviously very discouraged, and after that I was about to have to play, I had to play against like 4.5k Protoss myself in another tournament, so yeah, it's been a lot of Protoss wins all over the place, so I wouldn't be surprised, but maybe, just maybe, Draco can come back. The question is how? I don't know, no idea, let's see. So everything so far so standard. So far so standard. It's cybernetics core, it's into gas, into pylon, into main for Protoss, and the tech building probably going to be Stargate. I guess it works, because it works. And it is Stargate indeed. At least it works for LvLOneSlime, that's for sure. He indeed is going for that every time so far. The question is what kind of units he picks. Well, mostly he does with the Void Rays, right? And then he gets some charge lots, which is quite common thing to do on the ground, and then he varies into the tech place as well. The previous game it was definitely the charge lots was there, but he was actually going for Colossus after the mass Void Rays. And yeah, it was quite, I believe that it was quite vulnerable composition, but yeah, Draco did hold to the good old values, and yeah, that was not it for him. I believe that was in the first game that it happened. So in this game, we'll see. The Void Ray is being built right now. Well, technically, I don't know if Draco has seen it. he's been dealing with these pesky adepts, which are doing quite a bit of annoying damage. Well, at least I think they got rid of the 4 links for sure, and they're shading around and trying to find out what's the situation. Draco is sending Overlord in, hopefully to find out what's the tech building, although I think he knows. He has Overlord number 1 over here, and that's Overlord number 2, which is going to meet his death ray from this Void Ray. And yeah, it's going down. Third base is getting shield battery, so it's preparing for possible run by of lings, although actually there are no lings in this case for Draco. So yeah, Draco is going for Roach Warren, which is kind of for safety. Overlord number 1 or first Overlord goes down, and that's now Overlord number 2 on the kill counter for the Void Ray. Void Ray is making, there is one more Void Ray being made. There is Twilight Council and Forge, which means that we are expecting +1 and charge probably, because that has been working great so far for the Protoss player. The raid layer is being made. There is spores per base, each spore per base, and there is like 3 queens protecting the third base, which is pretty damn good. This Overlord is quite in dangerous position. This one maybe will be safe, but this is for sure going to be another target for the Void Ray. And there it is. That Void Ray is going to get Overlord number 3. And a little bit hurting of the Creep Tumor. Anyways, we have +1, we have charge, we have a couple more gateways joining in the party, and there is Void Ray number 3, I believe, because these are 2 already in the action, and they are diving the drones into the natural observe player. And there is +1 range being researched, and actually Hydra then being built behind it. Templar Archives, which means that it's again going to be like 4 or 5 Void Rays with charge lots and Archons under them, which is quite an immense force. The question is how Draco is going to deal with it. I will stay with my own version that it's should be 3 base into like Roach Hydra, big Roach Hydra buff. There comes the Void Rays, they are diving the gas, they get the 3 drones and just get the shield damage, which will regenerate over the time, so that's not a problem. The 4th base from Draco is being made, and there is a couple of Zerglings finally going around, finding out what's the situation over here. They will find out about the charge, I think, if the attention has been paid. For High Templar being warped in, they will be made into Archons. More charge lots, there is Warp Prism being made, the Void Rays, charge lots, Warp Prism and everything. There is 7 roaches being made, joining the fray. Actually 4 Hydras, now this time we have finally Roach Hydra wall, which could be actually able to handle this kind of push. The +2 range started, there is speed for roaches. Do the Hydras have any upgrades? Yeah, they have the range upgrades, they don't have the speed upgrade yet. But I have faith in this combination of army of Roach and Hydra fully. The question is, what are these drones doing? Why they are in front? The Roaches should be in front. And Draco kills his own Roach as a noble sacrifice for the battle. One of the Void Rays goes down. I believe one of the Archons also goes down. There it's immediately replaced by another one. But this ball is going to take another Archon down. Go, 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 go. I would say, come on, Draco. Keep going. And there is actually a Zealot run by right now. My ability to speak has been starting to deplete. It's been 6 hours uptime, and we are going to go into 7th, I believe. And there is a 4th base, which is immediately scouted by the Zergling. of Dracos of the Zerg player, and Draco is landing for 5th base immediately. Well, the game has gone into passive stage. There is multiple immortals joining in the party. There's 3 already out and 2 more being made. And there is High Templar and +2 attacks. Pretty much, yeah, it's like big immortal Archon Ball, which is going to be made. The question is, will Draco manage to attack? He has Changeling, he spotted the Warp Prism. He will snipe it. He's close, not really. Yeah, those roaches did give away pretty much what was happening. There is Lurker then being built behind this. And here comes the battle. Well, the supply advantage is for Draco right now, but as I already have said multiple times, the Protoss units are much stronger. So Draco is trying to kite the army out of the range and do as much damage as possible. Well, his army supply went pretty much down into the ground, I believe. No, it's not that bad. He lost quite a bit of it, but it's like it was very similar to one that the Protoss player had whenever the fight ended. And yeah, Draco needed to replenish his troops, and here he is. That's pretty good concave over here. There is a Warp Prism, but it's protected by a couple of Hydras, so that's not a worry right now. And the Queens and Hydras are doing their work. Now the Protoss is calling the Mama. Mama is saying, yes, I'm coming, my child. I'm gonna help you to screw over with this pesky Zerg player. Anyways, we are having Hive, we are having Lurker range upgrades, and we are having Lurkers on the field. There's a couple of charge lots going to strike the 5th base, the run by. Quite a big ball of Roach Hydra Link being joined in, and there's carriers and +1 range being built, and we are officially going into late game of ZVP. There is the 5th base being saturated with the drones, and there is +3 being researched. There is range for the Lurkers. There's +3 weapons being started for the Protoss player, which has Charge Lot, Archon, Immortal, Carrier, Mothership, Void Ray, Deathball, and Zealot Run By, which is coming in now and then. There's 3 spines for defense, and there is roaches, which should be quite okay to deal with this kind of run by. The roaches will be lost, but the spines I think will get done with this. And there is another run by, which was going for the natural, but this is met with the big spines of Lurkers. There is a little roach run by, which tried to get into the natural of Protoss base, but met pretty much the full might of Deathball. The Spire is being built behind us because we will have to deal with air units, so we need some. And there is Nidus actually, which I didn't spot, my bad, but Nidus pops out 5 Lurkers, and they are getting rid of a lot of probes. That's 18 probes down, and the Lurkers are left alone, unfortunately, for their own doing. They did quite a bit of damage for the economy, and another attack is going for the 4th base of Protoss and taking down another. That's 14 probes at one attack. It's 1-2 punch. One at the natural with the Nidus, another one is kinda Nidus with its Link Hydra Lurker onto the 4th base. The natural has another Nidus worm popping up, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen because there are carriers. A lot more Lurkers is being made. One more Nidus worm is being made into the main base, and one more into the 3rd of Protoss player. And Protoss decides to go for counter attack, so we are in base trade mode right now. Well, there is no air units. For some reason the army was called back. There is no anti-air for the Zerg player right now. So all he has is a lot of Lurkers over here, and yep, all of those Lurkers are here. They are destroying the main base pretty much of the Protoss player right now. Also the production, some of them will be sitting on ramp, some of them just jumping back in the Nidus to be able to protect against incoming ground units, the attack. So technically, economically, the Zerg is much ahead. There are a couple of Vipers full of energy, able to do some Toxic Clouds or some Yoinks if needed. Probably the Yoinks would be good ones because, well, there is only 3 carriers with Mama Ship, so that's nothing much to go, but maybe it will go for Toxic Cloud. Nope, it's Blinding Cloud and Toxic Cloud right now, and 2 Yoinks on the carriers. The slowing field is not going to help here much, and GG's called, and Draco takes game number 3. He puts a point on the board, and we jump into game number 4. So it's gonna be something. There is still a hope, there is still a chance that something might happen. Who knows, who knows? But anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is game number 4 in best of 5 between these two guys, which are playing for who is the best of 2025 at DeVoid community. And you are looking at the finalists: the Draco, who's playing Zerg in orange colors here on the left top corner, and he's facing LvLOneSlime, the Protoss player, in purple colors here on the bottom right corner. And yeah, they are duking it out. It looked like there is going to be a big wipe from the Protoss side to the Zerg by avenging his loss in the best of 3 series before. But here comes the Draco, puts a point on the board, and he has still a shot, right? He still has a shot. It's still the last game for the Protoss. If Protoss wins, he wins. But Zerg has his own shot, you know. There is a possibility, knowing especially that he actually went 2-0 in the previous matchup that he did that. Is it just my sound broken? I don't know. If my voice has gone robotic, then my microphone might have overheated. That could be a thing. I'm sorry about that. Let me know, please. I'm happy that stream is good. Little mic reset should have been doing it. Thank you guys for letting me know. I hope it's fine now. And yeah, there we go. Okay, what's the situation? There's natural, double queens, speed. Tech of choice for the Protoss player is Stargate. He's researching Warpgate, he has Adept, and there's actually drone pool. There is Zergling full drone pool. Oh, but there is no way the shield battery has been built. Does the Zerg player know that he can actually mine these minerals through? He has enough drones to do that, but he is trying to kill this shield battery with those drones and lings in mass. He gets one Adept, and he actually goes through. But it's another wall off. Now it's 2 more gateways. Now it's this pylon over here, and the drones are being, like, I guess they are mineral walked into attack, and now they have broken through. There is speed actually finishing, so that's a big push. And yeah, okay, good. There is this pylon which is going to be finished. It should be shut down. There is like 6 probes going down. And there is a lot more Zerglings actually coming in, but there is double adepts being made right now. So that's a commitment to the main base to do as much damage to the... It's still breaking. Damn it. Ah, okay. Okay, it's good that it's fine. Anyways, yep, they managed to kill the pylon once again, but this oracle out, and there is one more oracle on the way. Now the problem is, how can Zerg player recover? There are lings trying to do some damage, so all the damage that was done, it was actually 19 probes that were going down. 7 drones have gone down. Meanwhile, there is spores required. Yes, there is one in the main, there is one in the natural. Technically, the worker advantage is there for the Zerg player. The power can be returned to the front gates of the Protoss player, and that's gonna be 2 pesky adepts already on the back of the Zerg player. Well, the game has been reset a little bit, I would say. In resources lost wise, I think it's quite an equal trade, and it is actually quite an equal trade, even though the probe count is crazy that gone down. The question is, how can Zerg come back from this situation? Well, technically he has the economical advantage. He should drop down the 3rd base and probably go for lair, and then like have some tech units out, you know. Either it's Mutas or Hydras. It's one or the another, which could be really good because the oracles will make a lot of damage. Well, other than that, the Protoss looks like going to be going for standard Twilight Council. Probably Forge into the charge lots, and there is quite a bit more units now standing in the wall. There's actually 4 gateways right now, and as soon as warp gates are going to be finished, that can turn into quite a painful force, and it actually is, because it's a robotics facility being built, which means that it's gonna be warp gate into maybe 2 base aggression here from the Protoss player. So the Roach Warden is the right answer. Lair, maybe, yes, the Overlord has spotted it. Yeah, it's a charge lot. It's charge lots, it's gonna be 7 gates, 6, 7 gates. I didn't say 6, 7 in that order, sorry about that, but I did. Charge lots pretty much. The +1 for links. Questionable. There is roaches. Roach Warden is available. There's some Spore. There's actually Void Ray, and actually there is Void Ray being built, and there is Immortal, which is going to come through. Is this a mind trick? There's a couple more gateways, so that's 8 gateways. I think this is a mind trick from a Protoss player here to make a Immortal, to show that there is actually Immortal, and what kind of play it might be. Well, actually it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be charge lots with War Prism and the Void Ray on top of it. Okay, let's see if the Zerg player will be ready for that. It's a lot more roaches joining in, which is good. He nearly needs a lot more roaches for sure. And Lings are checking if there is a 3rd. They are spotting the possible move out. There's some Lings are over here, and they will try to run by. Nope, they are catching out the Immortal here out of the place, but he pretty much has spotted everything. Everything has been scouted. The army supply right now is in favor of Draco, but it's like 2 Warpins, and it's gonna be turning in the other direction. The Zerg player decides to go for Bane's Nest here, but the attack is already here. The question is, will he be able to hold it? There's only 2 Void Rays, so that would not be a problem. The problem is the charge lots here. Zerglings run into Stasis Trap, but they are targeting down the Immortal. That's not bad, I would say. Yep, that attack was definitely held, and Draco goes for Spire, so it could be 3 base Roach into Muta transition. That would be glorious transition, but he's actually building a lot more Roaches. Well, because usually these kinds of 2 base aggressions are followed with Templar Archives, with Archon charge lot pushes, which are a lot more stronger onto the Roach power that was depleted. Or the other version would be Stalker attack, because Roaches suddenly have to deal with the Stalkers. But in this case, the Zerg player has +1 melee, which would help him a lot because he can just produce Lings that would be able to deal with that. Here comes the War Prism into the main base, a drop, and there is every Roach is being pulled. The Queen has been lost, but the charge lots are pretty much scouting out the starport that was built. Pretty much there is no anti-air units still, so that's the only exception, pretty much, that there is nothing that can deal with this kind of pesky War Prism, which is dropping down more Roaches and just microing them back and forth. Now the Roaches will be left at least group of there, building Spore Crawlers. Some Ravagers are morphed in, and the army is moving out. Well, the army supply now is twice as big for the Zerg here. There is a couple of Archons, 2 Void Rays. There is a lot of Banes. Well, the Banes are not efficient trade against the Archons specifically. Charge lots, yes. Archons, not so much. I think that War Prism gone down there. Here comes the Bane force. The Bane train, and it's taking down the probes at the 3rd base. I think that might be it for the Protoss on this game. Couple of Biles trying to rain down onto the Void Rays. The 3rd base is being taken down. No, here comes the War Prism. It was shooed away with the Queens, but the attack is continuing. I believe one of the Void Rays gone down, and Draco takes game number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the ace match. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the final match between those 2 guys. It's the best of 3, it's the final match of the grand finals. There are 2 probes being pulled. Suspicious. Anyways, we are looking at the final match between these 2 guys in the grand finals of the Void year-end tournament, and yeah, it's been a comeback for Draco. So it was 2-0, now it's 2-2. This is deciders match. Whoever wins this one wins the tournament. Who loses takes the 2nd place. Awesome games all around the table, that's for sure. And you are looking at the main base of Protoss player LvLOneSlime in the purple colors, playing here on the right bottom corner on Winter Madness, and he is facing Draco, the orange colored Zerg player, here on the left upper corner of the Winter Madness. Yes, I already said the map. I have been up for 6 hours. It's been 6 hours of not really casting, of talking, but 4 hours of casting. I believe, so that's taking a toll from me too. So I can imagine how it would be for the other guys, which were having much more stress on the way. Hopefully everything's fine. We need to collect ourselves and just get through this game and see what the guys have in mind. So far everything's super standard. There is nothing new. If you have seen previous 4 games, you know everything that they are doing right now, because I have told that plenty of times. For those who have popped by here and are curious, we are casting the tournaments on Sundays. Usually it's amateur league tournaments, but this time is especially the in-house tournament of the Void community. There is no bracket because we had technical difficulties, but kudos for Mr. System for making the awesome page and everything. I will probably tag it as much as possible in descriptions so people can check it out. If they are playing like StarCraft 2, it's really useful page for different kinds of reasons. Builds, build orders, tournament brackets, and map vetoes, everything's there. That's cool. One-stop shop, wonderful idea. I wish I had it, but well, I don't. Mr. System did it. Good job. Anyways, we have the pesky adept running towards the natural of the Zerg player. The Stargate is being finished. What will be the unit which will come out of it is the question. There is Warp Gate being researched, and it's a Void Ray, and it's already targeting down the Overlord number 1. The adept is waiting for his partner in crime, I believe, which is over here. I guess it's not gonna be coming though. Your partner in crime is sleeping at the home, or your task is going to be defend the third base, because that is what is the Protoss is taking right now. Queens in the front, defending the front. There is a third queen, there is the fourth queen, there is Lair being already gone for the Zerg player. He has speed, he's making some links, so those might be sent to deny the third base or delay the third base, because there is Void Ray. So if there would be Oracle, then the links would be actually hurting quite a bit more than actually if there is a Void Ray. The first Void Ray is going over the map after finishing the Overlord, and the second Void Ray is just being made. There is a shield battery, so it's gonna be tanking quite a lot of damage from the links. Not enough though. One of the adepts goes down, the probe goes down, adept number 2 goes down. There actually was a gap, there was no bouncer in the wall, but now there is nothing protecting the third base, so the pylon goes down, and the Void Ray is tasked to deal with the pesky links here. The Void Ray gets the Overlord, and the other Void Ray is shooing the links away, but the links are quite in immense amounts. There's actually Nidus being made right now on the back of this, so it might be deny on the third base into Nidus, into main base. There is a lot of links. There's actually +1 air being researched here from the Protoss player, so the links might be just trying to get inside, question mark. There is double Stargate right now, so that Void Ray, yeah, those Void Rays are the only thing that there is. And the links at the front are distracting the Void Rays right now for this Nidus to pop out. And I think there should be a Queens, and there is a Queens. There are actually 7 of them inside, and that's a force to be reckoned with. And actually the bouncer in the wall is gone, and the links get into the natural, links get into the main, and there is like a big painful death of the probes all over the place. That's 30 probes down. GG is called, and Draco takes game number 3, and Draco wins the whole tournament. That's a reverse swipe, ladies and gentlemen. He was 0-2 in losing position, and then he won 3-2. GG, well played. By the way, if you like this things which I'm making, which I'm casting and everything, obviously leave likes, subscribes and whatnot, everything else everywhere. Check the link which I'm usually posting somewhere. It's the Versal app, and there is a lot of socials and everything, so you can check it all out, of all of the things which I'm doing on this end and piping out the content. So yeah, cool.